Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. Once again, episode, I assume 59 because it's on the screen. We're eventually just going to quit keeping track of what episode it is because we're just going to do this. We're just doing this when we feel like doing it. And we feel like doing it this week, so why not? We've been super busy. We know, all right? Well, we're here. Episode
Making
59.
money.
Yeah. If you guys want us here every day, click the like button, click subscribe to all your friends because we would much rather be doing this every day than our normal jobs because screw them. But everybody, episode 59, heads up play. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get into it.
This is the day that will go down in history. Ask me why.
I think I know why, but tell me why.
Two major shakeups in college football was made because of these coaches and because of these teams. Lincoln Riley going to USC, Brian Kelly going to LSU. Both have lost major quarterbacks to Michigan and to Colorado.
Dion.
That one of the number one quarterbacks left USC to go to Colorado. I'd have been like, man, what the hell are you smoking?
That ain't it either. News broke a little bit this morning too that Ole Miss is trying to flip Deuce Knight from Auburn.
I love it. Like John Gruden says, makes me feel nice. Makes me feel nice.
But yeah, literally just came out about an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour ago, that Bryce Underwood, the number one ranked player, number one quarterback as well in the 2025 class, been committed to LSU for seems like a year, I think. Said he's been hardcore committed to LSU. He's visited LSU, I want to say like 5 or 6 times this year for games. And then some news started to churn a little bit. I never thought it would actually happen, but we saw Dave Portnoy come out and say $10 million he was offering the kid. Said he was stuck in with LSU. Then LSU kind of goes on this little bit of a bad run recently. You lose 3 straight games to A&M, a terrible loss to Alabama, a bad loss to Florida. And here you are, Brian Kelly. I thought his seat was safe. He's got a $62 million buyout. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. But, man, if things don't start looking brighter from here.
After these last 2 weeks, man, I'm telling you, it's looking rough right now for Brian Kelly. What I told you earlier today, I texted you in our group chat, said I would not be shocked if he gets fired this year.
It wouldn't shock me at all, but I just don't know if they've got – look, LSU's – got a lot of money. I just don't know if they've got it like that. Look, when they signed with Brian Kelly, I want to say it was almost a $100 million contract or whatever for like 10 years. They were stuck with the dude, which was a terrible idea. I don't understand these coaching moves. I mean, look, we just saw it with Indiana signing an 8-year deal now with Curt Cignetti. I think he's a great coach, but he hasn't even done a full season with you yet. These premature, massive deals with these teams.
And I'm so saying, you played, and we'll get into Indiana. You played nobody. If you went out and you beat Penn State and then you beat nobody. Your best win is Washington or Michigan.
Exactly. You think Mike FSU fans are sitting there going, yeah, I'm sure glad that we signed Mike Norvell to that extension after Saban retired. No.
They would have fired him if it wasn't for extending him last year. I mean, they fired all those coordinators just to save his ass, to be honest.
100%. Well, let's get into it. We got some pretty good games this week. I'll go ahead and get them started.
Let's start with the LSU game, and I think they play Vandy.
They do play Vanderbilt. They're bringing out these yellow uniforms. I've been saying a lot. They came out with these yellow uniforms they're wearing this weekend.
Gold or yellow?
They're gold, but technically they're yellow, right? But a lot of LSU fans don't like it. They're like, we're tired of the alternate uniforms. And they're saying, you don't see Alabama changing uniforms. You don't see Penn State, Ohio State changing uniforms.
I think LSU is one of those standards. Like,
I don't know. I can't agree with that. LSU did not become a good program until Nick Saban got there in the 2000s. Prior to that, they were a mediocre program.
I think they're a proud program. That's how
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Penn State, I never thought Penn State, you had Joe Pa, but Joe Pa was no Bear Bryant. He was no Nick Saban. He could win games, sure, but did he ever win national championships? Not as many as them, of course.
Penn State is not a blue blood.
I think it's a proud program, like Arkansas, proud program. Auburn, right. I don't know if I can give them a proud program stat, but Oklahoma, proud program. Florida, proud program. I do think LSU is up there with the Alabamas, with the Oklahomas of proud program. Like they take pride in their team. I say that as they throw trash on the field, but I'm telling you, I agree with them. I don't think LSU needs to have alternate uniforms.
I do think that some of them that they have are pretty cool. Like I think their purple one is cool. Not to get too much into detail with that. I would say that if we're taking blue bloods of like the 2000s of modern college football, LSU is one. LSU is 100%. But if we're going from like 1999 and prior, absolutely not. But yes, Vandy, I believe this game is at LSU.
And of course, they made it a night game. Like LSU never can get a night game. Like there's no reason why this game should be at night. There's no reason why. Cause let me tell you why. You don't. I mean, you don't have. Only, I mean, you only have one 11 o'clock slate. 11 o'clock slate. There's no reason why this should be a night game.
No, look, LSU gets the It seems like LSU always gets the cake thrown at them for the night games because their fans beg and plead to have the night games, even when they're not great. They're 6-4 right now, and it seems like every game they get at home is a night game. And I get it, nighttime at Death Valley. But do they deserve it? Let's give some of the teams that you don't. Ole Miss has not had a night game.
I'm just telling you, they should have gave it to Missouri at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Swap those two games. I would have had that one on the night game. But it's on SEC Network.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't understand that.
This one here, though, look, I think LSU obviously is struggling big time right now. I think the locker room probably lost or close to it. Vandy, though, while we've been really impressed with Vandy, great season for them, I think the luster is starting to die down a little bit with Vandy now.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with LSU at home with this one. I think they rebound. They have been catching a lot of heat recently, especially after today. But give me LSU on this one.
Give me LSU. They had a team meeting. Nussmeier's just got to play better. I told you preseason, I'm not big on him. I don't think he was as good as people, once they kind of, skyrocket, they got a little bit higher in the rankings. Nussmeier, he's going to be a top pick in the NFL. Like, he's not that good. I feel like he's been at LSU forever. I mean, I don't know. I was never a big Nussmeier fan, and I'm kind of glad of seeing it. But give me LSU in this game. Give me LSU. All right, let's start with Friday night. You got a big game with the Running Rebels of UNLV playing at San Jose State. Interesting game. UNLV, a contender, a sleeper contender for a Power 5 conference championship, but they're going to have a lot go their way, the way Boise State's playing right now. But I think San Jose State's going to fight them. That's always a tough team to play, sitting there at 6-4, but give me UNLV. The Running Rebels. Give me
UNLV. This team just likes to win. I like this UNLV team a lot. I thought, they played a really close one with Boise State, who is looking like they're probably going to be that Group of 5 representative in the playoffs. Give me UNLV. I think this team is really, really good. If not for Boise State, they themselves could be the G5 rep.
I agree. Well, let's go to game day. There's been a lot of speculations, and we've even talked about it. Indiana at Ohio State. Does Indiana have the resume to where, Joey Galloway came out and said, if I'm Indiana, you sitting out your quarterback for this game. Because will the committee take an Indiana team who's played nobody and their one loss is against a team that had any sort of a pulse, and you get your ass drilled, bell to ass on this game? Do you take a one-loss Indiana team who's played nobody and they lost to over a 2-loss SEC team? Who do you? I'm kind of leaning towards a 2-loss SEC team.
I think you would have to go with a 2-loss SEC team, and I think it depends. Let me ask you this. Sitting in the number 3 spot in the rankings right now is the Texas Longhorns. Texas has, similar to Indiana, has benefited from their schedule. Let's say Texas finishes the season at 10-2 with losses to Georgia and losses to Texas A&M, with their best win being only Vandy. And let's say you have an 11-1 Indiana team.
Give me Texas.
You would take Texas 10-2 Texas.
Schedule's 38th in the nation compared to 106 Indiana. Out of the top 25, Indiana has the worst strength of schedule, and that's including UNLV. They have the lowest strength of schedule.
I think that'll be a big conversation. If that is indeed how it goes, like if it's between those two, I think you would probably have to pull Texas, but I don't know if the committee would have the balls, because they're getting so much backlash right now about how much SEC bias they're putting in. But whatever.
Even though there's not, but give me Ohio State beat the shit out of Indiana. I think this will be a major blowout. If it was at Indiana, maybe, but with it being at Ohio State, blowout.
I don't know what it is about Indiana, because look, I've been pulling for Indiana. I've been pulling for Curt Cignetti. But for whatever reason, I just want them to finally lose. I think because we're kind of starting to see some Indiana fans come out of the woodwork and get a little cocky. And it's like, guys, I know you've never been through this before. You're having fun. You're liking this. Let's take a look at reality right now. Okay, you got a great football team, but you're going up against just pure, way better talent. And at some point, you can have a great coach team, but talent at some point becomes a factor. And the disparity between Ohio State and Indiana is just too big. Give me Ohio State to cover. I don't think it's going to be quite as big of a blowout as people think, but I do think that they cover that 14-point spread or whatever it is.
Okay, I like it. All right, next game, and are you going to be at this game? Ole Miss at Florida. Is there another upset brewing in the Swamp?
I will be at this game.
This should have been the night game over.
Yeah.
LSU.
100%.
I want to put, because it's LSU, Vandy at SEC Network, and then you have Auburn and Texas A&M on ESPN. I would put Auburn, Texas A&M on SEC and put this game on ESPN as a night game, and then put Bama on ABC. But
yeah,
all right, continue. I'm sorry.
I will be at this game because it's right down the street from me. Noon kick. Bama game's not till 7. So if you would have asked me 8 weeks ago, I would have said no shot in hell does Florida have any chance.
He's been fired.
Been fired. But whatever reason, I don't know what Billy Napier has done, and I still don't want to call this Florida team a good team, but they are dangerous now. This is a team where if you're an Ole Miss and you don't go in playing seriously, this team could get you. They really can. You saw it with LSU. You saw it with Georgia. Had DJ Lagway not gone down, probably would have won that game, or it would have been a lot closer. This Florida team, I don't know if they're actually on the right track. I don't know if it was the right decision to keep Billy Napier. It's starting to kind of look that way. We need to see more. I don't know if they have it in them to beat Ole Miss. I think this Ole Miss team is playing great right now. Florida team also playing the best they've played all season, and it's in the Swamp. If this was a night game in the Swamp, I might lean Florida just a little bit. But I'm going to go with Ole Miss on this one, but no cover.
Let me ask you. If they lose to Florida State, Florida loses to Ole Miss and beat Florida State. Barely beats Florida State. I'm not saying the blowout. And LSU loses the next 2 games. Because really the LSU win, they kind of basically, saved Billy Napier's job at Florida. Let's say LSU loses the next 2 games, they go 6-6. And Florida had, what are they, 7-6?
They would, if they lose to Ole Miss and beat Florida State, they would be 6-6.
Does that still get Billy Napier fired?
I don't think so.
If LSU win is not as good at the end of the season as it was at the time.
I don't necessarily think so. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Scott Strickland, the athletic director here, I don't think he has balls on him. I don't think he has the balls to fight Billy Napier or fire Billy Napier because he knows if he fires Billy Napier, so much is going on with the University of Florida right now. If he has to fire him, he's probably gone as well. So I think Billy Napier he will be the coach in 2025, and if halfway through the season in 2025 it ain't looking like, if you're not contending for any sort of SEC championship or at least better than how it is going this year, he's gone. But I think this year he's safe no matter what happens.
Okay. Give me Ole Miss, by the way. I think Ole Miss they cover. Like you said, if it was a night game, I would still probably pick Ole Miss, but it would be closer than what I'm thinking it's going to be. DJ Lagway, does he enter the portal? Is that?
No, I do not think he does. Actually, word on the street is he may be tied up into some NIL where he is basically stuck at Florida. Like it's like contractually stuck. Now, I've seen that he's supposedly like all Gator. I don't know where he'd go. Obviously, there's plenty of places that could make him a great quarterback, but I think he likes it in Florida. I don't know. But I do think that DJ Lagway, out of the really promising-looking freshman quarterback class that we have right now, he's probably the best in the SEC. If I
would have said Dylan Raiola a little bit, and then he kind of
he's gone down. He's really gone down. But in the SEC, for sure, I think it's Lagway. Nico, of course, has a really high ceiling, but I don't know if he's living up to that right now.
Yeah, got my upset of the day right here, or one of my upsets of the day. Illinois at Rutgers. Greg Schiano. The Sopranos, Gabagool. Give me Rutgers to beat Illinois at home.
This is at Rutgers?
Yes.
I'm going to go with Rutgers as well. I like this Schiano team. I wish Rutgers at some point would really just be actually good. Like, it always seems like, oh, wow, Greg Schiano, look out for Rutgers. Can you not just actually go win some ball games and be like a ranked team and compete for something instead of like win some big games here and there? But give me Rutgers on this one.
Yep. My big upset, UMass beats Georgia. No.
The Minutemen.
UMass.
No.
What happened? I love it. Georgia, Tennessee's going to have easy wins. It's kind of a cupcake week. This is usually cupcake week.
It is. Alabama got theirs a week early.
Yeah. Kentucky at Texas. Give me Texas.
Before we go past Kentucky, Texas, give me Texas on this one as well. Did you know? I just found this out this morning. I don't know how in the world, after 100 years or whatever, Kentucky's been playing football. Kentucky going to Austin, Texas is the furthest west they will have ever played.
Kentucky?
Yeah. Never been past Austin, Texas. Never been to any California team. I swear.
My God.
I don't know how that's happened, but that's the case.
Got another upset for it, potentially, and it's a big one. Big one. Penn State at Minnesota.
Yeah.
But that's one, if it happens, I would not be shocked. Like, to the point, I think that, well, my next game is going to be definitely an upset. But this one right here, chef's kiss, I like it. It makes me feel nice.
I'm going to go with Penn State on this one. I also wouldn't be shocked, but I think the likelihood is pretty low. Give me Penn State and the Nittany Lions on this one. I think James Franklin, obviously, he's not as great of a coach as people make him out to be because he can't win the big game, but I don't think this is a big game. Give me Penn State. And this one, I think I'm right there with you. I think we're cooking.
It's a guaranteed upset. Arizona State plays BYU. Give me Arizona State.
I love this Arizona State team. Have you watched these guys play?
Oh, yeah. I love it.
This running back, this white big old boy, Cam Skattebo, running down people's throats. He was like a D3 transfer or something like that. I'm not really sure. But Cam Skattebo, Kenny Dillingham, the head coach, he was, I believe, the offensive coordinator at Oregon at Dan Lanning's first season, comes over to Arizona State. They had some sanction stuff, remember, with Herm Edwards that he had to deal with. And now, and I think it's year 2 or 3 with Kenny Dillingham, got them looking quietly 8-2. I'm surprised people are just now starting to look at Arizona State. And this BYU team, look, I like this BYU team. They're good. I think their coach should be, in the conversation for Coach of the Year. But they hadn't played nobody. Look, they beat who we thought was a good Kansas State team pretty bad.
Beat SMU.
And SMU. Aside from that, though, it hasn't been crazy. And you finally lose a close one to Kansas of all teams. So, I don't know. I think it was due to happen. BYU was due for a loss. And I actually think this Arizona State team is good. I think this crowd is going to be fired up. They don't normally see a team good because Arizona State, I can't remember the last time they were good. So, give me Arizona State. I'm gonna be watching this game.
I agree. Give me Arizona State. This next game, Colorado at Kansas. I got Colorado, and I would think you would too. Can you imagine if I am ESPN, if I am the committee, you want Colorado in the playoffs?
You do.
Can you imagine the ratings? Colorado at Ohio State, or no, Alabama at Colorado, or Ohio State at Colorado, or you'd have Georgia at Colorado. Can you imagine the ratings that would bring in?
To that point, I think if we're getting some close games with this Colorado team, I think you're going to start seeing some calls go their way and things. Do not overlook this Kansas team. We thought Lance Leopold in Kansas would be a lot better than we are seeing them now. They've kind of been the victim of some, kind of like how Nebraska was last year. A lot of close games that just didn't go their way. Close loss to Illinois. Close loss to UNLV. Close loss to West Virginia. Close loss to TCU. Close loss to Arizona State. Close loss to Kansas State. Close win to Iowa State. This Kansas team, if they just played a little bit better, they could be a lot good. Jalen Daniels, still a great quarterback, good run threat. All in all, though, I think this Colorado team is legit. I do think they probably are the front runner, either them or Arizona State, to win the Big 12.
Yes, those are the two. I agree with you. Next one, and this team right here, how the hell they're still ranked blows my mind. Missouri at Mississippi State. Explain to me how the hell they're still ranked. They beat nobody. They've been blown out every game they've played. That's a ranked game. Give me – I don't think Mississippi State's going to win the game, but it's going to be closer than what people think. Give me Missouri, though, because I don't like Drew Pine. I don't think he's any good.
Yeah, Mississippi State obviously just searching for something, some sort of life in year one of Jeff Lebby. It ain't looking good whatsoever, only 2 wins on the season. Missouri, yeah, I also don't know how they're still ranked. Did you see after their win a couple weeks ago, I forgot who it was that they beat.
Was it Oklahoma?
After the Oklahoma win, Eli Drinkwitz goes, playoffs, yes. I said playoffs. Bro, you definitely aren't in it now after losing to South Carolina, but you were not anywhere close to a playoff conversation.
No, God, no. Even the reporter was like, playoffs?
Yeah, really? What? Maybe the Gator Bowl?
He's like replaced Dabo in that cringe level.
Yeah. I liked Eli last year. Remember when he went up to like Josh Heupel and said we stand on business. Now he's kind of becoming like annoying. It reminds
me of when Dan Mullen was on his way out of Florida.
Yeah, just annoying, right? Like, bro, you're kind of cringe. But yeah, give me Missouri in this game. Wouldn't be shocked if it's an ugly game, though.
Yeah, wouldn't be shocked. Army at Navy.
This is an interesting one. If you are any SEC team that's like a 2-loss SEC team, really, even if you're in contention for the playoffs, you want Army to win this game. You have to get Notre Dame knocked out. They've played nobody, they've beaten nobody really.
And got beat by
nobody. A team who's like sixth in the MAC.
How they're so high in the rankings? I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's literally like they looked.
The only team I can think of Notre Dame beat is Texas A&M first game of the year.
Yeah, and I think they beat maybe Georgia Tech. I don't know. That's a big one. But yeah, they're number 6 in the nation. This game,
they beat Louisville.
Louisville, that's right. That's a decent win. And I don't think Notre Dame's bad. I actually think they're really good. But I think they're like, if they're in the playoffs, they get knocked out round 1 and round 2, right? Army, this team's got a good defense.
Yeah.
And do you know where this game will be played?
Where?
Yankee Stadium.
That's right. That is right.
Yankee Stadium. Weird environment, closer to obviously West Point there in New York. Maybe that throws off Notre Dame. I don't know. I do think that the magical run for Army, however, probably comes to an end here, just like Notre Dame ended it against Navy. So give me Notre Dame in this game. But, hey, I'm America all the way. I'm pulling for you, Army.
America all the way. Give me Notre Dame, but give me America, baby. Boise State at Wyoming, give me Boise State. Do you think Boise State finishes as the 4th seed at the end of the year? Do you think they go undefeated? Or not undefeated, but do you think they finish in the playoffs?
I don't know. I do think they will be that group of 5 representative. I don't think that they'll be...
Who do they play? No, they're playing... What are they? Mountain West?
Mountain West.
Oh, God.
So they have their next game, obviously, against Wyoming. Give me Boise State big. And then Oregon State. Give me Boise State in that game as well. I don't think that they would end up with that bye. It wouldn't shock me, I guess, because it would be between them and the Big 12 champion. I do think the Big 12 champion would probably get that, just due to like strength of schedule and stuff. Yeah. But do you think Ashton Jeanty is worthy of winning the Heisman Trophy, or should it go to Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, Jalen Milroe? Who knows?
It's between Hunter and Jeanty, I think.
I think it's between those two as well, and I think popularity-wise, it's probably going to go Hunter, but I'd
probably go Hunter, I'll be honest with you, just because, like last week, ran for a touchdown, received a touchdown, and then intercepted. I would just give it to him. I mean, he's played, of course, I'm not saying Colorado's played a tough schedule, but he's played a tougher schedule than Boise State.
Yeah.
Let me look at the strength of schedule, but I want to say, I mean.
Yeah, you put Ashton Jeanty in the ACC, I don't think he runs for 1,800 yards or whatever he's run for.
Boise State's strength of schedule, 77, Colorado, 74. I mean.
Pretty even.
I mean, personally, I think it should be Riley Leonard, but, you know.
Cade Klubnik.
Where is Lenore Sellers?
Hey, Lenore's looking. This South Carolina team.
8th ranked strength of schedule right now. They're a few points off of being 9-1.
Yeah.
I mean, well, this next game, it just depends on who the hell shows up. A&M at Auburn. Could this be Hugh Freeze's? Has he won a top 25 game yet?
I don't think he has. I don't think he has.
Talk while I looked at it, because I'm curious now. Cause I don't think he has either.
I think the last big game they won was LSU and Brian Harsin whenever he won that. Yeah. This is a game. It's a night game in Jordan-Hare. Final game at Jordan-Hare of the season. Give me the Auburn Tigers to upset the Texas A&M Aggies.
Who shows up?
It does. It does. If
he has not won a ranked game.
That's what I thought. If they can protect the football,
run the ball.
Run the ball with Jarquez Hunter.
Ball.
If they can protect the football, Auburn wins this game. They're top 40 in both defense and offense, I think, in multiple categories. This ain't a bad football team. They just can't keep the ball.
Stop making Peyton throw pass the ball. I mean, you're forcing the pass. You got Jacarius Hunter, who I think is a top 3 running back in the SEC. Run the freaking ball. I don't understand it. Last week you realized, oh shit, we got Cam Coleman, one of the top receivers. I mean, it was him, Ryan Williams, and Smith from Ohio State, and you haven't used him at none at all.
No.
Run the ball and just stop. I don't understand.
I also think Texas A&M is probably overlooking Auburn right now. I don't know if you've seen it. Mike Elko was in a press conference. I don't know what he said, but he said, we're just focusing on Texas. I mean Auburn. You ain't focused on Auburn. If you overlook this Auburn team, they're going to bite you.
I'm not starting off Payne Thorne.
You start Walker White?
I don't know why he's still the quarterback. I don't know why he's still the quarterback. You're 4-6. He's done nothing for you as your starting quarterback for Auburn the last 2 years.
I think he's probably at this point at being 4-6. Look, you're not going to win you're not going to go to a bowl game.
He's a redshirt senior. So what are we doing with him? Sit him on the bench. But for instance, the New York Giants, they're not going to make the playoffs. Okay, we know we don't want Daniel Jones no more. So you know what we're going to do? Screw it. Sit him on the bench. Let's put someone else out there. Maybe he turns into a star. Tommy DeVito. Why is the Auburn Tigers, you're 4-6, you're not going to the playoffs? There's a good chance you ain't going to a bowl game.
No, I mean, look, they have to beat Texas A&M and Alabama just to be eligible for a bowl. It ain't happening. I hope not.
Why you got a redshirt senior who's not coming back to here, and he sure as hell's not going to the NFL. He's not going to UFL, XFL, CFL. He ain't even going to the damn. He's going to Piggly Wiggly.
He's going to the State Farm Agency down the road.
He's going to the big. And you still got him playing. I don't understand that whatsoever.
I don't either. I don't. And I wouldn't be shocked if this is like a must. Like Hugh Freeze needs him a good win. He desperately needs him a good win.
And if he loses Deuce Knight, well, why the hell are they keeping him? I mean, yeah, he's dominating recruiting in the state. He's number 6 in the nation. He's still behind Bama, but in the state, he's doing good. That's if he can keep these recruits. Because if they don't win one of these next 2 games, I promise you, I will bet the house on it that one of these receivers that came this year, the Freeze 4, will enter the portal.
Cam Coleman, Perry Thompson, one of them, they're going to be gone.
Will enter the portal.
Yeah, has to.
If does not come to Auburn.
100%. Because I don't think that they've recruited another quarterback.
You had a chance to get Cam Ward. You had a chance to get Riley Leonard, but you did not want to pay them the money. Cam Ward would have came there, but you did not want to pay Cam Ward. I mean, have you read that? Cam Ward was coming to Auburn.
I did not read that.
I've read that the other day. Wow. Cam Ward was coming to Auburn.
Imagine how different a team this would be with Cam Ward at quarterback.
People at work said that Cam Ward was coming. Auburn fans said he was coming. He said Yellow Fella did not want to pay him.
Of course not.
I don't understand the infatuation with Payton Thorne. It's different when Alabama had Jalen Hurts and Tua. Jalen did a lot for the school. He went, 22-0 or 22-1? And he just did not want to take him out of that until Tua could do. What has he done for the school? He's won what? How many games?
I think they went 6-6 last year. So he's won what?
He's won 10 games. Out of what?
Out of 24?
Yeah, I mean, he's terrible.
Awful. Yeah, the worst Auburn quarterback that I can think of since Jeremy Johnson.
You know what? They put in Hank Brown. Like, they're finally going to – and then he don't even touch the field. So you're going to lose him. He's entering the portal. Mm-hmm. That's happening. You get Walker White, who's a stud 4-star. Why not play him? That's my final point. Auburn, it don't make sense to me. It doesn't whatsoever. I think they will play Texas A&M strong, but I think Marcel Reed is just going to kill them running up the field.
We've seen it a lot of times with this Auburn team where it's like, oh my, are they doing it? We saw it again in the Georgia game last year. We kind of saw it in the Georgia game this year.
In the early game this year.
Yeah, where it's like, oh my God, Auburn's in this game. And then second half, third quarter comes around, boom.
But watch, they'll play our ass off in the Iron Bowl.
100%. 100%.
Speaking of the Iron Bowl, let's talk about Bama. We got Oklahoma Sooners. First SEC matchup with these guys. And we know what happened the last couple times we played Oklahoma.
Oh, my God. Well, that last time that we played them in 2018, Kyler Murray, blowout until it wasn't. And then it came scary. It's like, whoa, hold on. Wait, I thought we were supposed to be beating the crap out of these guys. Remember, Kyler Murray came back in the second half, and it was a totally different ball game.
Then we played Clemson, and then I was.
I've scrubbed that from my mind, so let's not bring that up.
What happened? I still want another chance at Clemson. I still want another chance.
Me too. This game.
This is a game I'm a little afraid of. I'll be honest. This is a trap game.
Okay.
I don't think they'll beat us, but it ain't gonna be. What's the spread?
13.5.
I don't think it's gonna be. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a close game. This is gonna be a game me and you are gonna have heart palpitations.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was a 24-13 type game. You know, like not super close, but like not the blowout that we were maybe hoping for. I think that this. I think Alabama covers the spread, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to be an absolute blowout like LSU. But this Oklahoma team's just not good. They just don't have an offense whatsoever. And Alabama's defense is playing its best it's played all season. Jahad Campbell is just, I mean, he's one of the best defensive players in the country, probably the best linebacker in the country, getting after everybody. And Deontay Lawson, a super good player right next to him. Defense is playing lights out. However, Oklahoma, they have a pretty good defense in their own right.
They do.
If this Alabama team can just I think we've found our identity, and that's Jalen Milroe running the ball.
About time they realize he's like Lamar Jackson. He gets the ball, 1, 2, 3, go. If you don't have the pass in 3 seconds, go, run.
I think I've heard before, because I think I heard Ryan Williams say this at the LSU game. Jalen Milroe kept coming up to the receivers, Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard, and guys saying, "Hey, sorry, I'm not getting you the ball," and they're like, "What are you talking about? We're beating the crap out of them. Do your thing." So I think he's been focusing like, "Hey, I got to get the ball to my receivers because they're so good. This is DeBoer." No, go out there and do whatever it takes to win the game. And you are the best player on the field at all times. Run the ball to the end zone.
Let me give you a hot take. I don't think Milroe enters the draft next year.
I kind of hope he does. I hope he does. Not because I think he will. I thought for a minute he wouldn't based on his performance against Tennessee and in South Carolina. It's gotten a lot better. His draft stock has risen up again. I think he's like the number 2 or 3 quarterback in most drafts.
I thought Mel Kiper's latest one, 28 to the Steelers. That's what I'm saying. It's 2. I don't know.
I almost want to.
But though he gives me vibes of Anthony Richardson in the sense of he can have a massive pro day, and people, you know how the NFL scouts are. Anthony Richardson, who I don't think is that good at all, to be honest, and it's showing right now in the NFL. He's been
just
benched.
A massive arm.
He just threw the ball one time and it hit the roof. Oh my God! You would have thought they nutted on the field.
Yeah, just very similar to Jalen Milroe, and there's a massive arm, and he can run very well.
Yes, and I think that's what's going to kind of happen with Jalen Milroe if he enters the draft. But I don't know. I don't think he will. There's some, and if he doesn't enter the draft, Ty Simpson's in the portal.
He'll have to. I think so. One of our quarterbacks is going to enter the portal, whether it's Ty or I think Dylan Lonergan's probably gone either way because Keelan Russell is coming in and he's probably going to give Ty a really, really hard.
Don't sleep on Austin Mack now.
Austin Mack looked good too. There will be a quarterback battle, and it will be between Austin Mack, Keelan Russell, and Ty Simpson. And I think it would probably go to Ty Simpson. Keelan Russell is good though, man.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But in this game, give me Alabama, cover the spread, and then on beat some freaking Tigers.
Listen, I'm just telling you, run the ball, murder.
Run the ball.
Run the ball and hit them and run through them.
Have we not seen much from Willie recently?
He got keys over there, but send me a Jimmy John's.
What?
He's at Jimmy John's now.
In
Not
Tuscaloosa?
Yeah, that's where he goes and sells stuff at now.
Oh, I didn't know that. I hadn't seen him on Twitter or TikTok or nothing recently.
Thank God.
I remember preseason you were maybe, but please do not have his ass up on the Jumbotron in the fourth quarter.
Oh, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm so sick and tired of Willie. Nobody talks about the true Alabama fan. That's Harvey Updike.
Harvey Updike. He's looking up at us right now.
What do you mean? He's up in heaven, man, playing ball.
He's the Bears thanking him right now for what he did.
You know, I was watching this movie yesterday called JFK, and it's about the assassination of JFK and the conspiracy. And Harvey Updike was in it.
Really? Oh, yeah, Harvey Updike. He killed Jimmy Hoffa.
I'm just telling you, man. He killed OJ's wife. Out there. Well, quick bit. How about them Alabama Crimson Tide basketball? Roll Tide.
I couldn't watch last night because it started so late. Obviously, I'm on the East Coast. Started at 9:00. What's going on with Mark Sears here? What's going on with Mark Sears?
He's leadership. That's what I like about him.
That's right. He's fixing it. I saw he was on the court. He's shooting a bunch of threes.
I'm just saying who the best player is.
LeBaron Philon is
he's a stud.
Phenom.
I'm seeing now he's one rising in the NBA draft.
Yeah. He this will probably be his lone season.
I'll tell you who I'm upset with, and that's Jaren Stevenson. He has not made a three since the Clemson game last year in the league.
Do you know who's leading the team in 3-point percentage right now?
Mo
Diabate.
I like him in this role. He don't play a lot of minutes, about 6 or 7, but those minutes he played, very crucial minutes. He don't give a shit. He'll get in there and fight with them. Man. I like it. But played Illinois. We needed to win this game. But now we go to Vegas, I believe, and we have a tough tournament in Vegas. Let me see who the teams are in Vegas. I know it's Alabama, North Carolina, Rutgers. Who else?
Alabama starts off with Houston.
Houston, yes. No, North Carolina ain't in it. It's I can't find it. Shit. The Terry's chocolate. No, that ain't it. Who's Terry Chocolate? But all right. Well, question of the day: who has had a more successful career? I heard it on. Let me think. Gerard Butler or Blake Griffin. The actor Gerard Butler or Blake Griffin. Who do you think's had a more better career?
Gerard, that's a unique one right there. Gerard Butler.
I'm gonna go next round. I heard one the other day. It was like Chad Kroger or.
He comes up with some crazy. I was in yesterday and he said, Megan Fox or Megyn Kelly on Fox. I was like, how did you come up with that?
That's pretty good. So, who do we think? Blake Griffin or Gerard Butler?
I'm probably gonna go Blake Griffin because Gerard Butler been in a ton of stuff. Name me his biggest role. 300.
Yeah, 300. Yeah,
and that's a good movie, but I mean, we're not talking like Matthew McConaughey.
How to Train Your Dragon.
What now? How to Train Your Dragon? Yeah. Angel Has Fallen. He's in all those kind of hokey action movies.
And don't you say that. When they take the White House, you're gonna thank Gerard Butler because he kicked their ass.
Those are the type of movies he's in. Olympus Has Fallen, Law Abiding Citizen.
Hey, I don't give a shit.
Plane.
You ever seen Law Abiding Citizen?
I have not seen that.
That is the most you gotta watch. It's a badass movie with Jamie Foxx. Give me a comparison. Give me one.
A comparison for. Oh, okay. Let me ask you this. Okay, better career.
Bill Cosby or Jeffrey Dahmer?
No. Better career. Bobby Bowden or Jack Nichols? Jack Nicholson.
Go with the actor?
Yes.
Oh, Jack Nicholson.
Better career than Bobby Bowden?
Yes.
I don't know. Bobby Bowden, I mean...
Dude, Jack Nicholson is shining. Like, he is... Like, he's
Bobby Bowden had like 3 national championships.
Yeah, give me Jack Nicholson.
I'll probably go Jack Nicholson, too. That's
Does
just
Bobby Bowden sit on the sideline of the Lakers?
Well, he owns a furniture store in Pelham.
Let me tell you all the Jack Nicholson's movie. You got The Shining. You got have you ever seen The Shining?
Yes, I've seen The Shining many times.
It's not that scary, is it?
No, it's more of like a thriller.
That's how I look at it. You got A Few Good Men. Probably one of the greatest.
Good movie.
You can't handle the truth.
Great movie. Tom Cruise.
The Departed is one of my favorite movies of all time. That is just an all-around good movie. You ever seen it?
You said it wrong. It's The Departed.
Departed.
Well, I think that does it for episode 59 of the Heads.
Who's the better serial killer, John Wayne Gacy or Ted Bundy?
I'm actually gonna go with what's with all the serial killer shows and movies coming out recently? Like it's like a new one every month.
I don't know, but Lyle Menendez is so hot. He's just so hot. He's just
bro. I really don't think.
Don't even get me started on Eric Menendez.
Oh God! All right, let's get out of here. As I play, we out. Hit it.
Yeah, stay classy.
Stay classy.